going on, everybody? In this review, we're taking a look at the number 214 Robot Damashii, or Robot Spirit, however you want to say it, Full Armor O Gundam. This action figure came out sometime, what was it, earlier this year? Maybe last year, actually. God, has it been a full year since this figure came out? Man, that's been a long time. Anyways, this figure came out a pretty good long time ago, and I just never reviewed it. And yeah, so here it is. This is the Full Armor O Gundam, and it comes to us via Double O Gundam. Taking a look at the back of the box, we see that it has the original version O Gundam in its nice traditional original RX-78-2 Gundam colors. But on top of that, you have all these nice green bits to fit over the mobile suit to make it seem like it's protected even more. Probably is, probably isn't. I don't know. Anyways, we see the version with and without the armor. We see some of the features, some of the poses you can do. On the side of the box, nothing really. On the other side, you see the figure standing nice and tall in its armor. And then on the front, you see nice window showing the O Gundam, showing a few parts. And yeah. So that's it. Let's open the figure up, or I'm sorry, open the box up, take a look at the figure, and see what we have to deal with. And for a moment I thought we were going to get something completely different. We don't. If you are no stranger to the Robot Damashii community, then you know that in the beginning, it all started with Double O Gundam. The series was huge, it was amazing designs, and the action figures were coming out like clockwork. The O Gundam was one of those figures, and this is pretty much the same figure. Usually when they do a re-release, damn, I almost said that super fast. Whatever. Usually when they do a re-release, there's something different. There's something unique about it. It's taller, it's bigger in some form or fashion, maybe better articulation. The one thing, or one of the several things going for the Robot Damashii line focus when it first came out is that there was crazy amounts of articulation, and it's still the same here. Nothing has really changed in terms of design as far as I can tell. And yeah, it's just nothing's really different. In fact, if I had to say, it's completely the same figure. Nothing's, yeah. In fact, is this? Yeah, nothing's different at all. So take a better look. Nice figure. Yeah, overall, there's just, yeah, same figure. Now, looking at accessories for just the O Gundam, not the O Gundam in full armor mode, we have 2 extra pairs of hands. Now, besides the closed fist clenched ones that are already on the figure, you get also some weapon holding hands. Now, these go for the trigger fingers and beam saber that comes along this with this figure, and I will show you that later on. Let's take a better, closer look. So, not too different there. I can't remember if the original came with solely, clenched beam saber holding hands, but whatever. Anyways, last pair of hands you get are some mid-open holding hands. You get 2 of those, obviously. I guess pretty much the same. Nothing really different there. As per tradition, you also get a beam rifle, or GN beam rifle, I guess you could call it. A nice GN beam saber with detachable hilt and saber blade in this nice dark pinkish kind of hue color. You also get a GN shield, I guess you could say. Well, no, not really a GN shield, but just a regular shield for this mobile suit, which comes with a handle that you could not only place inside the hand of the figure, but you can also attach to the forearm. So, nice. And then you also get this removable / interchangeable GN drive. Now on the back of the figure comes with a GN storage tank or GN condenser tank, whatever you call it. Damn, it's been a while since I've seen the show. Can't remember all the names, but you can replace it with the regular GN drive. And there you go. You have a nice little cone-shaped engine in the back of the mobile suit. And of course, if you want to take the GN beam saber hilt, you can just place it right on the back of the figure, And of course on camera this is going to be 10 times harder. So screw it. I almost forgot to mention that you also get an extra pair of these collarbone V-fin kind of things. I'm not exactly sure what the proper name is for these things, but they are of a soft plastic nature instead of the hard, probably breakable fins that are on the collars or lower chest area of this figure. So that's always nice. Unfortunately, you don't get a actual soft version of the V-fin for the head. Articulation, again, like I said, very basic. It's the exact same as it was before. And I'm going to be showing you the articulation before I place the armor on the figure, and then I'll show you how much articulation you have after, which I think will be pretty much the same. But anyways, starting with the head, you can pull a full 360 rotation at the head, and you get a little bit of a neck swivel or a neck bend, only going into the back of the mobile suit, which is kind of weird. You can't pull it forward too much. Anyways, moving to the shoulders, you can do a full 360 rotation. You can raise the arms up about that much, and you do get 360 rotation midway down the bicep. You also get a nice double bend in the elbow, and then you get full 360 rotation in the hand. That's connected by a ball joint. Moving on to the chest. Can you move the shoulder armor? No, you can't move the shoulder armor. That's just one piece. Can you move it forward? A little bit. There's a little bit of like a butterfly joint going on. You can move it forward, but it's not that much. Anyways, moving on to the chest, you can pull forward. Not much back, but there is some articulation, about 2 points. Then you go to the skirt armor. You have the sides and the front pieces able to move because they're on a ball joint. And then this happens because you change out the armor. Some of the pieces are detachable. Again, I can't really remember if this was just how it was before, because some of the Gundam 00 figures from the Robot Damashii line had this issue where you could, basically tear it apart. So the back armor, skirt armor does move as well. And then you can go ahead and fold that up. You can go ahead and kick upward. I want to say high. Yeah, there you go. Real high once you get the skirt armor out of the way. And then can you swivel? No, you can't swivel at the top of the leg. You get a full double bend in the knee, and then you can do some ankle pivot a little bit at the ankle. See, that just wants to come off all the time. You do get some articulation with the ankle armor going up and down, and then you get some nice toe articulation as well. So, lots of articulation. In fact, to me, it just sounds boring, but whatever. I have to show you it. It's part of the deal. Now let's go ahead and go into the armor pieces. Oh, and this back piece right here where the beam saber is attached moves as well. We're going to do a top-down view. This is just easier for me to show you guys all these pieces and explain what they are. Now, some of the pieces are pretty obvious, some aren't. Starting with the head, you do get a separate head that you actually have to detach the original, place this one on. It's pretty simple. It comes with a green piece and some side Vulcans on the head. Honestly, I don't know why there's a piece covering the mouth, but the side Vulcans I can understand. You get some shoulder pieces as well. They're right here. I believe they have some fins, which incorporate some thrusters or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think there's some thrusters on the side. You get some forearm armor pieces that have some attachment points on them. Now this figure does come with 2 attachment pieces. One to attach to this GN cannon right here, and one to attach to the shield that comes with the figure. You basically detach the handle. Let me grab it real quick. You detach this handle and you place this piece on it, and it basically makes it so the mobile suit can hold, or I'm sorry, so the figure can hold the shield without having the handle in place. Now you also get a front and a back piece for armor. The front piece is pretty obvious, not too much there, but the back piece is pretty interesting. You have these fins covering up the GN drive, which this mobile suit incorporates into the full armor version. You also get another GN cannon that swivels around and whatnot on the mobile suit or on the back piece. You also get Whew, there's a lot. You also get 2 leg armor pieces, of course, covering up the calf and knee and whatnot. You get some ankle armor right here, and then you get some foot armor as well. And then last but not least, you get the skirt armor. Here's the front, and here are the 2 back pieces. Fuck, that's a lot. That's a lot of pieces, but honestly, when you put it on the figure, it doesn't seem like a lot. But yeah, let's go ahead and attach everything, and we'll take a look at the figure. So here's the figure with all the armor pieces attached, and I gotta say it wasn't as complicated as I remember it being. Many of the parts can be just slid over, even though you can break them apart and place them one by one onto whatever section it's going over. The forearm pieces are, for example, something you can detach into 3 separate pieces. You have the top piece, I think it was, and then you have the 2 pieces that go over the forearm. So I think that is part of it right there. I don't want to really break it, but I think you can detach. In fact, let me look at the instruction sheet. No. What am I? I'm being crazy. You don't break this apart. You just slide it over. So really the only parts you break apart are the leg pieces, which this top layer right here, let me see if I can do this. Yeah, top layer is a piece, and then the 2 parts that go over the calf and the back of the leg, those are a piece. Everything else is, you know, relatively pretty easy. In fact, I would say this full armor version is popped over the actual figure way easier than the RX-78-2 for full armor version. So yeah, articulation is pretty much the same. Nope, not, yeah, pretty much the same. You do get some hindering points at the shoulder. You can't really rotate full 360, and you can't even really raise up without having to hit the GN bazooka. Because of this armor, it's just kind of bulky and in the way. I didn't attach the shield to the other forearm, the left forearm, simply because I remember the attachment pegs being very difficult to get out of the GN cannons that are on the forearm, so I just didn't want to do that with the shield. But everything else looks pretty awesome. In fact, yeah, it's a nice little modern take on the full armor version. But you know, it's Gundam Double O. Very cool. And there you have it, the full armor Gundam reviewed, looked at, and explained. This figure wasn't very special, and it wasn't very boring. In fact, it came as a surprise. When I first got it, I thought it was very dull and not very interesting, but placing the armor, having it be very easy, and then overall having it come with multiple weapons on the figure than I originally thought, you know, this figure isn't that bad. For the price point of $40 though, I want to say it's a little too much. In fact, $30 is where I think this figure stands. And yeah, it's just, I can't see paying $40 for this figure brand new, which is what I actually did. I believe on AmiAmi you can pick this up pretty cheap. There's some used ones, but then if you want to go brand new, I think it's still around that $40 price tag. It's not too bad. But all in all, if I had to say whether or not you wanted to pass on this, I would, unless you don't have the O Gundam already. Then go ahead and pick it up, add it to your double O Gundam collection, and yeah, be happy with it, because it is basically 2 figures in one, and it's essentially the same figure without the armor. So yeah, pretty good figure. It was alright by my standards, I guess. It's a pass or not. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hit like, dislike, comment. Tell me what you think about this figure. Let me know, was this figure boring? I kind of thought it was at first, but kind of changed my mind, but whatever. Alright guys, see ya.